Welcome back to Titan Academy. In this video, we will cover best practices for displaying dynamic data. We'll discuss why is dynamic data problematic, the autofit dynamic container, the form dynamic container, auto width and auto height size properties for dynamic text, and combining the dynamic container with auto sizing. Titan is a platform designed to integrate seamlessly with Salesforce. It enables the use of static text, but most of all focuses on using dynamic fields to display updating data. Creating a layout with dynamic fields can be challenging at times because you don't know the extent of the data you will be pulling from Salesforce and therefore cannot commit to a predetermined layout. However, Titan has multiple methods to display dynamic data. First, the autofit container. The autofit container is a special container that knows how to expand or contract when needed. This makes it perfect for displaying dynamic data. Let's show you how the autofit deals with dynamic data and what happens when it is not used. On my layout, in each column on a strip, I have 3 fields and a button. On the left side, these elements are laid freely on the layout. On the right side, these elements are contained within an autofit container. I've set a button on each side to hide the associated email field. Let's look at how that works. I'll hide the email field on the left and now on the right. Once the second element is hidden, you will see that on the right, the autofit container contracts its height, while on the left, we are left with an unwanted space. The form is also a flexible container that can expand and contract, making it perfect for displaying dynamic data. The difference is that the form is also divided into columns. On this page, I have 2 strip columns. In each column, 6 field elements and 2 buttons. On the left side, these elements are laid freely on the page. On the right side, they are contained in a form with 2 columns and 4 rows. I've configured a button on each side. The first button to hide the email field in the middle row. The second button to hide both the email and the number field. Let's look at how that works. Once the first field is hidden on both sides, you will see that nothing changes in terms of spacing. And that's okay, because the form row cannot contract if there is still content in one of its cells. Let's hide the second field. Notice how we are left with an unwanted space on the left side, while on the right side the form has contracted its height. Let's look at how auto width can be used to deal with dynamic data. On this page, I have 2 title fields. The one on the left has a set size of 350 pixel width. On the right, we have the same title with the width set to auto resize. I have mapped data from Salesforce, the same data, to both of these title elements. When I click the button, that data will be retrieved. Let's look at what happens. We'll preview. I'll click the button to retrieve the data. You can clearly see that the text on the left breaks into lines because of its static width and overflows things below it. We don't want that. On the right, the container width stretches to display the text fully in one line. The auto height property is in the element size just like the auto width. This will make sure that the height of a dynamic element will change according to the content inside, thus making sure content is not cut or does not spill over other elements inappropriately. And of course, these methods should be used combined. Let's compare a free layout to an autofit layout combined with using the auto width and auto height properties. We have 3 texts on either side of this page. Again, on the left side, these elements are placed on the layout freely. On the right side, I've placed these 3 elements within an autofit container. The paragraph element on the left side, we have set to a fixed width of 350 pixels. On the right side, we have set the size to auto resize height and auto resize width. Let's see how that works. I'll preview. I go ahead and click the button to pull data back from Salesforce. On the left, you see that the middle text is too long and now overflows covering both the text after it and the button. On the right, we can see that two things happened. The auto height has made the element container grow to accommodate the growing height of the text, and then the auto fit also expanded its height to make room for a taller element. And that is how it's done.